Hey guys, um, market, or what time is it? 6:13 a.m. Um, so I wanted to get like a live trade-ish. Wait, London, okay. So let's just mark out, sessions really quick. So this is basically London. It's still pre-market right now for, um, okay, let's see. Let's go to the 4 hour. See if there's any points of liquidity for price to take out. No, I don't think so. So there's mainly just this high for price to take out. Um, I guess I can mark this out. Alright, so is this Asian session? Oh, I'm so tired. Okay, so pre-market, um, pre-market opens at 9:30, so like 7:30 for us. Um, so in around, I think 15 minutes, pre-market will open. Um, I'm looking to go bearish today. Well, actually, we'll see. Um, I do feel like we have more like points. We just have more points on the downside to hit because, well, I mean, I don't know. Today could go either or. Um, but if price does want to go bearish, we have this low to hit. We have this low to hit. Um, we have a whole bunch of stuff that we could hit. Uh, so I'm just gonna wait for price to do its thing. Let me mark out and oh, Um, so today I just want to I've been trying to learn from my mistakes in trading. I just kind of want to start trading off reaction. Um, like, I feel like I've been trying to trade with anticipation. Um, but I'm trying to go off more reaction, off how price does stuff. Nasdaq and S&P 500 are going up. It looks like um, we are gonna be going bearish for today, which is a pretty good thing in my opinion, because we have so much to go for on the bearish side. I'm hoping that if we are going bearish, price takes out this huge draw on liquidity on the Asian session, and then um, ultimately goes down to these lows that price can obviously hit. I'm going bearish today, or I'm hoping that it goes bearish today, just because there's so much. Like, if I can get a draw on liquidity on this high, I'm 100% going to have my take profit here, 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 maybe even here, but I doubt it. Like, even here, I could have it. Um, but yeah, I don't see any huge points for price to go to on the hourly time frame for it to be bullish. So I'm just gonna hope that it's a bearish day today. Alright guys, so it's 9:30 for which means pre-market just ended and we are getting these huge moves to the downside. Um, the S&P just took out these high time frame draws on liquidity. Um, I'm looking maybe to take a bullish continuation trade. But I just got I didn't get an S&T divergence. Um, well actually did I? 9 to 925. No, I didn't. Um, it looks like Nasdaq is the leading trade, or is what the frick is going on? Price is whoa. Okay, so clearly Nasdaq is wow, that is crazy. Okay, so I mean with big moves like this, I'm gonna want to take a continuation trade to take out this high. Um, let me see. Yeah, Nasdaq is consolidating right now. I mean, let's see. I mean, Nasdaq can very well do whatever. I highly doubt that the S&P 500 is gonna want to take out these trades, or I mean, it will for sure, but I'm gonna be patient. Um, I know that there's this order block. Oh wait, I'm lying. There's this order block for price to kind of stay under. Um, I mean, there's not really much for price to hit. I mean, yeah, if price closes underneath our 79% extension, yeah, look, you could see S&P 500 is, I mean, I'm just waiting. Either I get a 79% extension closure here on the the retracement, I could, I mean, price just took out these highs. It could very well be um a trade to the downside. Yeah, look at that. That is huge. Okay, I mean, and price did just take out our draws on liquidity on the S&P 500. So I am looking to take a trade on the on Nasdaq. Oh shoot. I mean, Nasdaq is just holy jeez. That is crazy. Um, yeah, we are for sure getting a 79% extension closure. Um, 2.16, 2.68. I don't need that. 2.68. But yeah, it 100% looks like we're getting a closure underneath. Let's see, where is our, let's go to S&P 500. Yeah, S&P 500 took out London highs. Um, S&P took S&P 500 took out London highs. Oh, not London highs. Oh, I mean, yeah, London highs, and it also took out hourly highs. So I am looking to take a trade on Nasdaq, just because it's the leading index here. Um, so let's see, what time is it? I'm just waiting for closure on Nasdaq in 5 seconds, which it is absolutely. Oh my goodness. Okay. Um. So now I'm just gonna look for a retracement, which is basically happening. Oh, it's not really happening. Oh my gosh, what is Nasdaq doing? Okay. Just gonna be patient. Wow. Wow, Nasdaq just took out Asian session lows or London session lows. I don't know. I'm kind of unsure whether to go. I mean, it reacted heavily off of this draw on liquidity on the S&P 500. So if price does react off of this London session low, I will be going bullish for today. I mean, it is reacting off of it. Um, I mean, yeah, there's still this draw on liquidity for price to hit. I mean, price took out these lows and I mean, it's already reacting off of it, so could be going bullish here. Um, However, do kind of want to go bullish today because there was this bullish S&T on the high time frame. So, I mean, I am thinking for price to fill out this bullish S&T. Um, yeah, for price to fill out this bullish S&T, it's gonna have to hit these draws on liquidity. So ultimately, I'm looking to take a trade. Um, because you can see that there's this S&T right here. So maybe I could be taking a trade. I kind of want to take a trade on S&P 5. If we're going bullish, I do want to be taking a trade on the S&P 500 because it is a leading index. I just kind of want to see. I mean, we could 100,000% still go bearish 100%. Like we still have these lows to hit. Like look at all of this. Like this entire thing. I mean, yeah, I took out this draw on liquidity here, but it could very well take out all of these lows. I doubt there's no way it takes out this low. So what I'm hoping for is, I mean, let's see, hold on. Well, S&T or S&P is going up. Well, Nasdaq is kind of staying here, and Nasdaq is the um it Nas or S&P 500 is the leading index. So I do kind of still. I mean, this is just crazy. Price took out this low. Nasdaq is or S&P 500 took out this high. Nasdaq is taking out this low. Um, like look at that. Okay, it looks like price is shooting down, and overall Nasdaq is, or the S&P 500 is going up. Okay, so I do want to take a trade on the S&P 500, a continuation trade. Um, just because as soon as New York opened after pre-market, which is 9:30, the S&P 500 went straight up. Nasdaq is taking out these lows. So I am overall just looking like this is a huge S&T or kind of ish. Like price just took out this. S&P 500 is nowhere near that. So I am leading bullish for today. Um, and yeah, I am overall just leading bullish. I mean, price could very well go in both directions, but this SMT is really the only reason I want to go for a continuation trade on the S&P 500. Um, yeah, because we can see Nasdaq is. I'm really hoping Nasdaq. I mean, it took out all the lows already, so I'm expecting Nasdaq to go up, and the S&P 500 is is the leading index here for sure. So, um, I mean, it really hasn't created much for price to react off of. I mean, it's created this fair value gap, but I mean, it's kind of invalidated already. Um, yeah, I mean, wow, that's crazy. Nasdaq is just, I mean, I really could go, I really could go bearish for the day. Like, I would be okay with going bearish for today if, because, okay, so price just hit up these highs on the S&P 500, and price creates this huge thing to the downside. Um, so if I can get a 5-minute retrace, I would be totally okay with going, yeah, look at that. Price is, I mean, this could be some sort of manipulation. You never know. I'm expecting it to be to an extent, because, oh my gosh, price just took out this low. But I just want to be patient because there's still this bullish S&T for oh my goodness, for overall price action to go up, but it is looking like, um, yeah, if I can get some sort of retracement, I mean, there's this order block for price to hit here. but I'm not really. I mean, if it hits my fair value gap in retracement, that's enough. Um, but yeah, so let's just see. Yeah, I mean, it's looking like bearish for today. I'm hoping to go bearish, to be honest, because there's just so much draws on liquidity to the downside for price to go to. Okay, so Nasdaq just took out this huge low right here. Um, I could have took a. I mean, I'm like, if price wants to start going up, I would be 100% down to. I'm just waiting for a 5 minute retrace. Clearly, Nasdaq is the leading. If I can get a 5 minute retrace on the on Nasdaq, or the honestly, if I can get a 5 minute retrace anywhere, that would be perfect. Um, because all I need is a retrace to go bearish. Um, but like, yeah, price is just. I mean, there's this low, this low. There's so much for price to take out. Um, but yeah, if I can get any sort of confirmation, I still, however, oh my goodness, that is a huge candle down. Um, I'm still kind of, however, I still, to an extent, sort of am looking for a bullish upside here because I mean we do get London consolidation. Um, we do get London consolidation, and price just hit this huge low here. It hit our session lows, and it's not giving any retracements, which sucks. Cause I 1,000% want. I mean, I'm I'm like kind of either or within price action right now, cause there's this bullish SMT that was formed on Nasdaq to where Nasdaq created this lower low, but S&P created a higher low, and it hasn't filled out any huge draws on liquidity to fill out that SMT. So I still kind of want to go bullish. But if I can get a 5 minute retrace on any of them, honestly, like there's this fair value gap that hasn't really been, oops, hasn't really been formed yet. Um, and then there's this one that's also kind of being formed right now. Um, well, I have to get ready for school. Oops. So I'm gonna get ready real quick, look at it on my phone, and then maybe I'll come back. Um, but I'll maybe screen record it on my phone. Yeah, prices. Okay, yes, 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 this is perfect. Price just took a huge draw on liquidity. and it was London consolidate. This is looking like a great bullish setup. It is looking like a great bullish setup. I am just worried about these huge lows that price might want to take out. Like, so I'm gonna be careful of a London. I'm gonna be careful of a retracement to just an overall continuation, because at the end of the day, the S&P 500 did take out highs on the 1 hour. So, I mean, if I get a retracement to the downside, um, I could, if I get a retracement to the downside, I could very well go for a, yeah, if I get a retracement to the downside, I could very well go for a bearish, um, let's just mark this right here actually, so it's not all in my face. Oops. I mean, it looks like we're getting a bullish, or yeah, bullish manipulation, which means we'll go to the upside. I mean, there's these fair value gaps for price to hit. So, I mean, you never know. Um, I mean, yeah, it's looking like price reacted off this overall session low, and it's look like it's gonna keep going up. I mean, it didn't hit this low, but that's fine. Okay, perfect. This is perfect. So I'm hoping that um yeah, I mean, oh wow. Okay, okay, wait. Okay, so if I can get a candle closure above the 79% extension on Nasdaq, I'm gonna be bullish. I'm 1,000% gonna be bullish for today, because it has this high that I can guarantee wants to be taken out. Oh, I want to take guarantee, but if I get candle closure, okay, this is my plan. If I get a candle closure above our 79% extension, and if I get Nasdaq to push through out of this fair value gap, I'm 100% going to just, and like, I'm just going to look for a retracement on either time frame and just enter there for, because I mean, we got this huge downside manipulation, and overall it's London consolidation, which means manipulation plus reversal. So I mean, hey, however, if, what is this? If, I mean, price is reacting to this fair value gap here. So, and if we put our equilibrium, so, oh, no, 100%, I'm going bullish. 1,000%. So go to the 1 minute. Yeah, um, I'm gonna go bullish. Yeah, I'm hoping that it's bullish just because price just reacted off of our fair value gap, and, oh wait, this is actually bad. Oh wait, actually no, because we get 79% extension. Oh wait, this is a bad trade. Oh shoot. Okay, well, whatever. I'm hecka stupid. I thought price broke structure for some reason. Um, but wait, this is a bad trade that I don't really want to take. However, comma, price did get, I mean, this isn't a terrible trade to be honest. However, I'd rather take it on the S&P 500. There you go. That's perfect. Cool. Let's have price at liquidity here. Alright, so this is the trade that I took for today. That I am taking for today. Um, I'm hoping that it works out. I mean, I could still. I mean, if. Hold on. Yeah. Okay, so these are the trades I have in right now. Just because we got an overall 79% extension um, to the downside, and it reacted off of our fair value. If price went above our 79% extension, I would have went bullish. But I'm trying to go bearish for today because they have these huge draws on liquidity for price to hit, and the S&P 500 did take out our hourly highs, which is still counting a manipulation to the upside in the very beginning after pre-market ended. So yeah, guys, I'll update on how this went. Um, but I have to get ready for school. All right, bye guys. Hey guys. So this morning, um, Friday, October 10th, price shot down, as you can see. And if you want to look at my account history, I uh, I made $2,000, so around $3,000 today. Um, and yes, obviously it's just paper trading. So maybe I'll get a funded this year. But anyways, so I'm gonna show you guys my thought process, why I took this trade, um, and you know, like cheat, like look at this. You could That is crazy. But overall, there was just huge news, just in like, it was a huge thing. There's like it was like $1 trillion out of the market or something like that. But I'm gonna show you guys why I went short here. I mean, I got way more profit than I was expecting. I had my take profit here. Um, but as what is it called? Oh, I'm a freaking idiot. But you can clearly see that price did not. It went straight down. So let me show you guys why I took this trade. Okay, so this morning I woke up 6 a.m., 6:20 actually. So I marked out the overall lows or high. So what I do is first I go onto the 5-minute time frame and I mark out session highs and lows. So this was our London session low and then Asian session high. And then I kind of look back, like I scroll out of the chart on a bigger scale and see like more lows. So this low here, or it's actually this low here, this high here, this high here, and I go on to the 1 hour and I mark out high. So you can see I marked out this high right here. This white line. There's this high. But yeah, so I mark out like, and then and then uh, I could have had this low, this low. This the Oh my gosh, that is a huge candle. But yeah, so you could see I mainly just mark out highs and lows. And the reason I do this is because these are our major points where price will react off of, or will want to go. So like as you can see,
today you could see price wanted to go straight down to this low, this low, this low, this low, these lows. Um, and yeah, so that's why we mark out those things, just to kind of figure out where price wants to go. And it's just good little indicators. So let me show you guys the setup. So after I mark out all the lows and highs, I like, oops, um, what I do is I wait for price to hit one of those highs or lows. So as you can see here at 6:30 for me, but if you look on the bottom of my crosshair, it says 9:30. So at the start of 9:30, which is when market opens for New York, we can see price takes out these highs, right? Price takes out hourly highs, it takes out session highs, and it takes out this high here. I I was thinking about taking a continuation trade, but I the way I trade or the way I've learned to trade is to trade off reaction instead of anticipation. So I anticipated for price to kind of go up and take out this high, but the way price reacted off of clearing out all of these highs was that a downtrend was going to occur. So first a I was looking for a confirmation that the the overall trend was changing. So I took there was this fib retracement tool. There was this thing. Oh, actually, no, not this one. This one, sorry. Freaking idiot. You could see this inverse for value gap that price created. I don't know why I thought it was a 79% extension. I used it. What's going on? Hold on. But yeah, so sorry about that. Price created this inverse for value gap, and it ultimately closed underneath it. So I was like, all right, that means obviously price is changing from an uptrend to a downtrend. And then price created this equilibrium, or I made this equilibrium from this high to this low, and then ultimately price went up here. So then I went on to the 1 minute. If I hate when it does this. I went out to the 1 minute, and then I think it was here actually. I placed my fib retracement like here. Oh wait, this is wrong. Oops, that's wrong. I always get confused when it comes to like these fib retracement stuff. But anyways, yeah. So price close underneath our 78.6 or 79% or 79 fib retracement. So then I was like, okay, and it also broke structure, but this fib retracement is ultimately what got me to take or enter the trade. So I shorted it and or I sold it. So I predict price is gonna go downwards, and I aimed for these lows. But I was thinking that maybe price is gonna shoot to this low. But overall, I just thought that there's more of a chance for price to hit here compared to here. And as you can see, I clearly won the trade. Now, I guess I don't want to say it was some luck, but I mean, this isn't, you can't predict market to just do something like this. Like today was like you can see how tiny these others look and then just look at this straight down. So obviously there was more to this trade. There was huge news. Um and yeah, like if you don't know, news affects the markets, right? Like there's just so much, but you could see why I took this trade. Market just oh yeah, and then if you look on the S&P 500, I don't. Let me go to the 5 minute. This 1 minute is so. Oh, and then I also took a trade on the S&P 500. It was basically just the same setup, and I just decided to take a trade on both of them. Um, because there was no S&Ts, there's nothing that showed me that price was gonna move opposite directions on either index. So I was like, both seem pretty good. But yeah, so you can see I marked out this high here. Price. I kind of wanted before like I wanted price to take out this high and then reverse down to these huge like lows, but I mean, price reacted off of these draws on liquidity, um, and it gave me all the stuff that I needed for me to short it, which is what I did. And I mean, you could see I won the trade, and I made three, three, 3,300 off this. Obviously not real, and you could see my pretty bad history. Um, but yeah, so this is why I took that trade, and also I do have information on the trade that I took Thursday, which I will be editing this in. Oh, I don't know, I'll figure it out. But um, on Thursday, I should have this. Wait, is this Thursday? Which I had a trade that I recorded one of these days, but I don't remember which one it was. Um, I think it was Thursday. Yeah, it should be Thursday. Um, but yeah, the my Thursday trade did work out. However, I did take my profit around here. So instead of 1,000 that I could have got here, I stopped out early at about 600, I think. It's it was 400. And then on the S&T or SM wait, this is S&P. I'm freaking idiot. But yeah, overall, I won the Thursday trade or the trade that, so yeah, this was just a trade recap for Thursday and Friday. Let me know if you guys have any questions. I mean, next week is going to be quite an interesting, uh, tr okay, yeah, next week is going to be quite interesting because the government shut down and uh this huge downside of price. Like I can zoom out and just look at how tiny all of this stuff looks. Like look, it's just like barely any moves, and look at just like price literally dropped down to like a trillion. Like price just $1 trillion just came out of the market. It was crazy. Like yeah, like I literally took my profit in one candle, and I just got money like that. Like it was crazy. So yeah, again, let me know if you guys have any questions. Uh, I will again be 100% willing to, answer them. Um, but I do kind of want to explain some things that I feel like are kind of like, okay, so like, okay, I think the biggest question is this fib retracement. What I use this for is kind of like a breakup structure. So you guys know what a breakup structure is. It's when price is going up and then breakup structure here. Um, so sometimes it'll be like harder for a breakup structure to be made. So like right here, right? If price wanted to break structure, it would have to close under here, and that's just not what I want, right? So instead, we can create these things called like fib retracements, and it's basically, let me delete that for retracement. If if you get an inverse for value gap or you get a fib, obviously we didn't get it in this case, but if you mark out this low to this high, if price goes underneath, if you can see this like teal 79 or 78 thingy, if price closes under here, then you know that the trend is changing. It's kind of weird to like I'm not gonna lie, I really don't understand how it works. Like I know there's logic to it, I just never understood how it worked. Um, I mean, I guess I should, but I mean, it works, so. Um, and again, like same thing if, let's say, it's kind of weird to find an example for this. Like this. I don't know. But yeah, you could see, like if, like let's say we create this high to this low, then if price reaches above this 79, then the trend is changing, right? And then like look, yeah, you can see that ultimately price does hit above our 79, so price goes up for a bit. So that's just, it's just like another form of breakup structure. It's another form. It's one of our like okay, let me type this out. We have our, let's say I like to call them trend changing confluences, and it's basically just breakup structures. inverse fair value gaps, um, and the 79% fib betray fib thingy. Just call it that. It's called a Fibonacci sequence something. I low-key don't understand. I don't even remember. And then we have our trend confirmation confluences. Uh, con confluences, and then these are like fair value gaps, equilibriums, um, other stuff like order blocks. But to be honest, I mainly go off fair value gaps and equilibriums. I don't really use that much order blocks. Like I think order blocks are, I mean, they're useful, but I really only use them for stop loss, and most of the time they kind of are. Let me just stop talking. I sound like I feel like I'm speaking in alien language. But yeah, so um what was I gonna say? I like blinked out. If you guys want, like, I'll give a quick little lesson here just so it's not confusing. If you guys don't know what these things are, I do have those other videos on them, but I will go over them again, and then I will make other videos for each thing individually so I can spend more time on it. But to quickly debrief, let's push this down so I have space. A break of structure is when you have an overall trend and price break structure. And then same goes for like if you're going downwards and then price closes, break structure here. And then if you have um, a fair value, like an inverse fair value gap is when price creates a fair value gap and then it kind of closes above the fair value gap. If you, I would explain, I mean, I could explain it here, but I think it's if you want like how a fair value gap looks, it's just space in between three candles. So it's like you could see this. Oh, it's kind of hard to show it. Let me see if I have like here. So you could see that there's a space between this candle wick and this candle wick from this candle. So this creates an inverse fair value gap or a fair value gap, but this one is an inverse because it closes above our fair value gap. Um, And then a 79% fib thingy-mabobber. That one, you can kind of, I already showed it. Fair value gaps and equilibriums. You kind of saw a fair value gap is when price creates fair value gap, and then it touches into our fair value gap, and then it goes down. And then equilibrium, or I mean, yeah, I could make an example. Like, let's say price makes its fair value gap, comes up, comes back down, and back up. And that's a fair value gap. So, I'll show an example of all this stuff. And then we have our equilibrium. It's just when if price makes this, like let's say this price makes this high and low. If price comes down into this green area and then pushes back up, that's what equilibrium is. And I can show another example, like if prices makes from this high to this low, comes up here and then comes back down. It's just you just mark out swing lows and swing highs. So let me show you an example. Obviously, just with the trade I took today, you can see that. I mean, I already went over this in the meeting, but if you weren't in the meeting, um, price made an inverse fair value gap. So okay, I can see that the trend is now changing from an uptrend to a downtrend. I put out this equilibrium from there's a high. You can't see it, but this candle has a wick up here. It's from this candle wick to this here. You can see price comes into it, and then on the 1 minute there was a break of structure. I mean, I guess I can. On the 1 minute there was a break of structure, like this candle. So I sold, and then that was it. Um, and same thing was on the S&P 500. It's basically the same setup. But yeah, so again, let me know if you guys have any questions. I know this is super confusing. I feel like I'm speaking like an alien language. uh, which kind of makes me feel bad because like I mean this took me a long time to um understand. So, but I love trading because it's like pattern recognition to me. I always loved patterns. But yeah, so just let me know if you guys have any questions. I do not mind, you know, helping and uh, because this stuff is really hard and I wish I could have had someone that could teach me this. So just always, ask me anything, feel free, like don't be afraid that if you need to ask the same question 1,000 times, don't worry, because I will answer it 1,000 times. Um, but yeah, so this was the trade recap for Thursday and Friday, or today. So yeah, again, let me know if you guys have any questions, and bye guys.